Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another 10 p.m. with BK. Hi, I'm BK. Uh, as usual, if we are friends, obviously that shouldn't be that you will find it strange that I'm saying that. But because this live stream is going out to the public, so just had to say that, right? And if we are not friends yet, don't be a stranger. Feel free to drop a comment or feel free to for add me as a friend or become friends or follow me on Facebook, right? So the link is just below. And one of the show rituals, because this is actually a 100-day challenge. If you're joining us for the first day today, I am very happy to say that this is now day number 13. So this is a 100-day challenge for me. I started it 13 days ago. This is day number 13, and we are in double-digit territory, right? So this is pretty exciting in the sense. So 10 p.m. with me. I'm BK, right? And I'm actually live on a platform called Melon. Live on a platform called Melon. So if you have caught some of the previous episodes, you know I'm testing. I have been trying different platforms to test out the going live on these various platforms. So hopefully that is useful for you if you are thinking about starting a show like this as well, right? Or starting a live stream segment for yourself. So I'm kind of testing it for you. And I'm obviously need to take it through the paces. And so this is the second day I'm trying Melon. So yesterday, while I tested this, one of the things we noticed is that there's quite a bit of a mismatch between the audio, what I say, and what the video is showing. So there's a mismatch in the timing, right? So it doesn't. So when I say one, you may not see one, and I say two, you may not see two, right? So it didn't happen with the other platforms, but Melon seems to be having this challenge. And today, I apologize if you are experiencing the same thing. I know it can be a bit disjointing. It can feel a bit disjointed when you hear something first and then you see the person doing something, right? Now, because this is what is known as a talking head. It's just me ahead of the one person here talking. So in a way, the style of this video is a talking head video. So probably you don't notice it as much. But if you are watching, like say a movie, right? If you're watching a movie and this audio sync issue happens, it is very, very visible and it's very, very it makes the movie experience really, really bad. So the thing about me is that, and my friends have been laughing at me lately. I'm really quite a geek, you know. I'm quite a geek, and I'm geeking out over some of these things that they are amazed at why I laugh or why I'm so happy with these kind of things. But I think in life you need to do things that give you joy, and doing this gives me joy. So why shouldn't I, right? Okay, so I have been in contact with the developer for Melon, kind of giving them the support, the feedback, and hopefully can work with them to kind of improve it and make this platform interesting and make this platform better. Okay, so if you, some of my friends have signed up for Melon to try. So maybe for those friends who have signed up, please try and then let me know whether you have the same challenge. It could be my system. Okay, it could be my system, but typically, it could be my system, right? Maybe I have too slow a computer. My internet connection shouldn't be bad. My internet connection is actually pretty fast. In fact, because I know I'm doing a lot of these kind of programs, I actually make sure that I have a very fast and stable internet connection. And in fact, right now, it's not even on Wi-Fi. So just a quick hot tip for you. Those of you who are thinking of doing live streams, always make sure it's connected to the Ethernet or your RJ45 cable. So you connect a cable to your modem or to your internet, whatever device you have. because that is more stable. Wi-Fi sometimes can drop connections and when you're not even aware of it, right? So all this now is on a Ethernet connection. Spelled as ETHERNET, Ethernet connection. So it should be reliable and should be fast, right? Because I have a pretty fast network and pretty fast connection, but unfortunately, it's still causing this audio sync issue, right? So that's the downside. So it might be my computer, it might be something else, we don't know. So thankfully, the developers are very open and they are working with me, hoping to help to solve this. But I still think it's a good platform. Don't get me wrong, I still think it's a good platform, and I think there's a lot of potential because for a very small fee, they're probably one of the most competitive ones right now. This platform is super easy to use, has enough features, and it allows you to take guests. You can take up to 6 guests. That means you can invite 6 friends to come online together with you and do like a panel discussion. So that is what is good. Okay. So Sunday, because of this syncing issue, I kind of wanted to take it a bit easy on the platform. So it's just me talking. But I did want to share something, and I wanted to share about a method that can probably help you solve any problem, and a method for troubleshooting, right? So I'm thankful that I've learned this from a long time ago so that I don't feel frustrated when things don't work, because I just do the steps that I know I can do, and then it kind of it just helps you to solve the problem, right? So the 3 ways to solve any problem, right? So let's say you encounter a problem. First thing you need to do is you need to ask yourself, what can I do about this problem, right? Is there something I can do about this problem? Many times we can actually solve the problem ourselves, right? Let's say if it's a sales issue, let's say your problem is that you're not having enough sales, and then you ask yourself, what can I do to solve this problem? And the answer could be, I just need to talk to more people, right? And if that's what you need to do, then you should be doing it, right? So problem solved, right? So that is always the first thing you should always ask yourself, what can I do? What can I personally do to solve this current existing problem, right? And if that's solve your problem, congratulations, you're done, right? Then the second thing that you can do, if you exhausted the first one, let's say you have a problem and then you listed out all the things you can do, and then none of the things you can do can solve the problem, then you go to the second step to solving any problem. And the second step is, what can I read or what can I research to help solve this problem? So there are literally millions of books out there, and someone out there might have had experienced the exact same problems you have and then have written a very good book on it. Now, of course, if you choose not to read, you could choose to buy an Audible, which is also another viable solution these days. Because in fact, for me nowadays, I find that I tend to buy audio books more than reading the books, even though I have a Kindle with me, right? So, but that's the point, right? So if after step 1, which is what can I do, you find that you can't solve the problem, then you go to step 2, which is what can I read or what can I research? So you can research, right? You can read, you can research, you can find resources. And these days is even better because put it this way, not just even books. You can go to YouTube. I can literally say that there's so many things that I've kind of wanted to solve. I couldn't find a solution for it. And I just go YouTube and I type in and say, how do I do this? And then boom, somebody comes, and there is a solution, right? Somebody has found it, somebody has done it, somebody has done a very comprehensive video walking me through step by step on what I need to do, right? So step number 2, solving your problem, that is either finding a book to read about the topic or doing some research, YouTube, the internet, or whatever, right? So that's the second step. Now, let's say you do step 1 and step 2 and it still doesn't solve your problem. Well, have no fear. There's still step number 3. Step number 3 is, who can I ask? Who can I ask? So, if you have exhausted the first question, which is what can I do, and you listed some of the things you can do and you realize it doesn't solve your problem, and then you've also done some number 2, which is what can I read or what can I research, and it still doesn't solve your problems. Now remember to document all this. When it comes to step number 3, then you go and talk to someone and you say, who can I ask? So you know, let's say there's this person to ask, right? Then when you go to that person and ask and say, hey, I have this problem that I'm facing. And these are the things I've tried to solve it first before coming to you. But I still can't get it resolved. I know you are an expert in this, or I know you're very wise. Can I have a few minutes of your time, or can I have some of your time, and can you help me to find a solution to this? Now, when you do it this way, what happens is when you talk to someone this way, this person is going to likely be more willing to give you the time of day, no matter how busy they are, because they see you as someone who is more proactive and definitely somebody who takes ownership of their problems. And then they will help you to look over and probably give you very good advice that can solve your problem, right? So I have found that these 3 things, if I do these 3 things, it basically solves any problem that I have, right? And or at least find a solution or a direction I can take to solve it, right? So then when it comes to things like troubleshooting, my easiest advice to you is, let's say for example, when you have, these are not very big problems, right? So problems with software, computer, phone, internet, and so on, right? Technical stuff. The easiest advice I can give you for any of these tech problems that you may encounter is, the simple concept is isolating. That means you isolate one item at a time. So for example, you isolate one part, or you remove every part and you just start one part. Is this the one that's causing a problem? No, move to the next one. No, move to the next one. But actually, honestly, for technical issues or troubleshooting for tech stuff like computers and software and the internet and so on, more often than not, the first solution will work, which is just restart everything, right? So for example, like just now we had a Zoom call and somebody commented and said that cannot hear everybody, or the audio is very soft, right? So what she did was, let me exit and come back in again. And normally that solves the problem, right? Sometimes it's just a glitch in the connection. If you just restart your program, restart your computer, restart whatever, it normally normally removes the problem. Or your phone, you could just shut it down, restart it again, and then you don't have this problem. Now, if that doesn't solve your problem or the glitch, then normally what happens next is that you just have to do step by step. So isolate one thing at a time that you can. So you isolate. So if it's a software issue, if you don't start it, if you don't start with too many softwares, you start only that one software, does it work? If it doesn't work, and then you move on and so on, right? So that's how you can achieve that. Okay. Now then, the other thing is, but of course, when you exhausted all these avenues and it still doesn't work, there's still one avenue, and that is reach out to support. Okay, there's some things that we simply cannot do. So for example, like today, I honestly don't know. I will just have to watch a playback. I will just watch the playback after this. I'm not sure whether the audio sync issue is resolved, whether the video and the audio is working together. And hopefully it has not been too jarring for you to listen to me ramble on while it's not matched, right? But I have already reached out to support because they are the best people that can help in this case. I can't solve that problem, right? So that's what I hope you can. It's just a simple a way of doing things which has benefited me. Now, why am I saying this? Because I kind of find that sometimes when people get a bit frustrated or they let things, affect their day, Actually, you don't have to. If you just do these few things that we talk about, right? Many of these problems can be resolved quite easily, and then you have a better day, right? I think life is too short to be unhappy, right? We should always aim for happiness. Um, I like this quote by John Lennon, and I think it went something like, when the teachers asked him what he wanted to become when he grew up, his reply was, "I want to be happy," right? And then the teachers gave him the feedback that he doesn't know he doesn't understand the question of what is your ambition when you want to grow up. And then his reply was, "No, it's not that. It's that you don't understand what is the ambition. You don't understand what it means. What is true ambition." I think I only got to find that out for you. But in essence, that's what he meant. So when he was asked as a young child, what does he want to become when he grows up? He said, "I want to be happy," which I think is a wonderful ambition. It's a wonderful ambition. Okay, so as you can hear from my voice, because I've been talking nonstop for 2 hours already, this is the last part of my day for Sunday. I'm still happy to do it. In fact, I look forward to these 10 p.m.s now. Hopefully you are too. Yeah, by the way, couldn't see. Yeah, so I'm happy to do this, and like I said, I think the biggest beneficiary has been myself. I've gotten feedback from people, I've gotten reconnected, gotten friends who have encouraged me. I've got people who root for me, and I've gotten people who tell me that, hey, I'm inspired by what you do, and I think that's probably one of the most rewarding things sometimes, being able to inspire someone. One of my heroes in life is Jim Rohn. I love his trainings on success and personal development and so on. So I really like what he says, and he says that the highest purpose in life you can do is aim to inspire people. So I'm of course not a Jim Rohn yet, right? Maybe, who knows? I can aspire to be, right? In fact, someone suggested this in China. I can't Rohn's or